folks, here we are. It is Thursday, May 14th, 2015. This is the first podcast we've done since early February. Taking a little bit of a layoff to get our house in order, get some things done, make some changes. But we got a lot to talk about, so I thought it was a good time to have a podcast. I'm joined with my newfound friend, Robert LeBlanc, also known as Bobby Cotton. Hey,
hello, how y'all doing? What's up, buddy?
For those that may not know who you are, if there's someone living in a closet, just tell a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Well, I played pool for 30-something years on the road, traveling around, and I did that movie, The Pool Hall Junkies. I was a technical advisor and did all the trick shots and that, which a lot of people liked, some people didn't, but it was fun to do,
Can't make everybody happy.
And when people get mad and they rag it, I say, well, how was your last movie that you did? So that's what I tell them. Yeah, tell me.
You also wrote a book.
Yeah, I wrote this book, Confessions of a Pool Hustler.
Let's show people what it
Yeah,
is.
here it is. Confessions of a Pool Hustler, about my stories about traveling around all those years with a bunch of knuckleheads, but it was interesting.
And I've gotten 40 pages in, 50 pages in, and it's kind of, so far anyway, it's just a collection of short stories is kind of how it reads.
Yeah.
Probably chronologically ordered.
Yeah.
Couple of them pretty interesting. I was joking with him a little earlier about a couple of his stories, but
they're wild. Some of them are a little risque, but you couldn't leave all the good parts out,
And he says, "You're not gonna let your daughter read that, are you?"
Yeah, he brings. Yeah, you bring the book out, and she's walking. I'm like, wait, I'm whispering, don't let her read that yet. And it's like, good grief, I was getting all nervous and clammy.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to try to keep this to 30 minutes. We don't want to do an hour-long rambling show. But the first thing I'll talk about is some upcoming events. May 29 and 30, we have the 2015 New England Regional Championships. That is at Boston Billiard Club. And how do you say that, Bobby?
Nashua,
New Hampshire.
I never been there.
And the flyers there on the screen. To get more information, go to playcsipool.com. Not long after that, this is a brand new event, June 10 through 14. This is going to be in Tucson, Arizona. It's the 2015 Nationals warm-up. Never had this event before. This is the inaugural year. Again, at Tucson, Arizona, we will be live streaming this entire tournament for free through our website, playcsipool.com. Go to the website for more information on that. That's your last chance to warm up before our big show in July, right here in Las Vegas at the Rio All Suite Hotel and Casino. It'll be the 39th BCAPL League and USAPL League National Championships. That'll be July 22 through August 1st. There's the flyer on the screen. Again, go to our website for more information. And we actually were looking at the numbers a little earlier this week. And things are trending very, very positively. We think we're going to be up over last year, so that's all good news. And then right behind that, on Labor Day weekend, again, we have the 2015 Southwest Regional Championships. That's September 3 through 7 at Wecopa Resort and Conference Center in Scottsdale, Arizona. Again, one of the initiatives that we're going to start taking is doing more live streaming of our amateur events. So that'll be live streamed for free through our website, playcsipool.com. So those are the few events that we have coming up. Bobby, you playing in any of those?
No, but I love those bar table events. I really do. It's one of my favorite because I've played on bar tables my whole life, and I love it. It equalizes the field.
Now.
What? What's the matter?
We're going to talk about this a little bit later, but the term bar table has been banned in this office.
Oh.
So we might have to whip you with a cane after the
There you go, yep.
And I'll explain that a little bit later, folks.
What do you call them? 7-footers?
They're 7-foot tables.
Oh, yeah.
They're 7-foot tables.
All right. I won't say bar tables,
well,
but...
and I'll explain the difference a little bit later. Just hang with me. So let's talk a little bit about the BCAPL League National Championships coming up. Folks, it is the greatest pool tournament in the world. We're going to have more than 40 separate events, over 300 pool tables. 7-foot pool tables.
7-foot pool tables.
It's not a bar that holds 300 tables. Over 50 exhibitors and professional events to go right alongside our amateur events. Schedule of events, if we can show that on the screen. And again, this can be downloaded at playbca.com or playcsipool.com. Each one of those bars is a separate event. So a lot going on. We've got BCA Pool League events, USA Pool League events, Open events. And one thing new for this year that I'll talk about a little bit later, we've added a junior event to
That's
the schedule
exciting.
as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be cool. So, eligibility for these events, folks. Bobby, when I lived in Virginia, I had no idea that I could play in this tournament without being a member of the BCA Pool League. And I didn't know that until I actually started working here.
Yeah.
I actually stood up in the office one day after I was reading some material, and I said, wait a minute. I could have been playing in this tournament every year because I wasn't a member of a league. And
Can you play at all? You can play.
Well, no, but I could have donated. I'm trying to donate to you after the cameras turn off, but you're just not going for it.
No.
Anybody can participate in the singles and Scotch doubles events. Even if you're not a league member, you can buy an individual membership, which we call a CSI Associate membership, for just $25. And that makes you eligible for singles and Scotch doubles events.
That's a really good deal because I have people ask me all the time about you have to belong to a league, all that kind of stuff. So that's a really good deal.
And really the reason we created that option was because there are a lot of people out there that live in an area that simply don't have any leagues.
Yeah, I've talked to them recently. Yeah, that's true.
Or their area might be dominated by a specific league.
Right. Yep.
And they just don't have any options. So we want to give those folks an avenue to come play in this tournament. Late fees begin June 9th, folks. Get your entry in before June 9th. I promise you, we don't want your late fee. But we got to have it there for good reason. So please get your entry in before June 9th. And again, book your hotel room. Special group rates at the Rio. $79 through the week, $129 on the weekend. Every room at the Rio is a suite, and that rate does not change with up to 4 people in your room.
That's a really good deal.
A lot of hotels is an extra $10 or $20 for every person in your room. Not at the Rio. These are special group rates. And I challenge you to go find a comparable hotel for $79.
Oh, yeah, and the Rio's beautiful, those rooms.
Not going to happen. So book your room, and there are no resort fees at the Rio. All these other hotels, they'll advertise like a $39.99 rate, and then when it comes time to pay, they're going to hit you with like a $23 a night charge.
Is that all over the country they do that? I wonder.
It's becoming more popular. It's certainly everywhere in Vegas.
Such a scam.
Yeah.
Like $20 for,
They're hidden fees.
Yeah.
And you'll get fooled, folks. So stay at the Rio. You will not regret it. Some of the new things for this year, the BCA Pool League National Championships. Again, CSI is going to start doing a lot more live streaming of our amateur events. And when I say live streaming, I don't mean we're going to set up a camcorder in the corner like some people do it. We're going to use the same high-definition equipment in the same arena. Everything that we use for the pros, there's a shot of it right there from last year. These are the conditions that our amateur players will be playing in, particularly when they reach some of the finals of the divisions. We're going to be free streaming our amateur events right through our website, playcsipool.com.
You just stream on one table, is that correct? Like you have it set up for just one particular table?
Yes and no. So singles matches, yes. One table, that'll be the focus. However, team events, the final Saturday of the tournament, August 1st, teams normally play on at least 2 tables at a time.
And you can actually stream both tables like that?
We'll have 2 tables. We'll have a primary arena, a secondary arena, just like last year, if you remember. And we'll probably have 1 camera positioned over the second table, and we'll have 3 focused on the primary table, but that'll give us the ability to flip back and forth. Because in a team event, you never know which table is
that's cool.
One table or the other could determine the match. So that's the plan. So amateurs, come on out. You may very well get your time in the sun, under the lights, in front of the camera, in the Predator Arena. And those matches will be uploaded to the CSI YouTube channel after the tournament. Mentioned this a little bit earlier. We have added a junior event to our schedule. It's called the Junior 9-Ball Challenge. That will be July 27 through 28. No membership fee required. no entry fee, just a small registration and green fee, and no cash payouts. Bobby, we didn't want to make this event about the money. We just want kids to play pool.
I like that idea.
That's what it's all
and they'd
about.
rather have some type of little trophy anyway to show people. As,
Yep.
You know.
And we'll be giving out plaques to the champion, the
Cool.
runner-up, and the third-place finisher. Here's the cool part. 4 kids out of this division will earn, notice I didn't say win,
Mm-hmm.
they will earn, based on their age group and how high they finish, free entry and qualification into the upcoming BEF Junior National Championships, which is held just a few days later right down the street at South Point Hotel and Casino.
In the junior event, is there age groups of like the 9 through 12, like that, like different age groups that are going to be playing with each other?
There are. They're broken up by age group, and this is one division. We're not having several separate divisions based on age. As we grow, we'll probably morph into that, but this first year, it's one division. All kids will play in the same division, but there will be a slight handicap based on age. So someone who's 11 years old might have to win 3 games. Someone that's 15 years old might have to win 5 or 6 games.
What's the maximum age? You didn't check.
17.
Oh, really? 17?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You're an adult at 18 in our eyes.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Okay. So check out more information at playcsipool.com. And folks, bring your kids out. It's going to be a great time.
Is your daughter going to play?
She is. My daughter and my son will
Oh,
play.
cool. That'll be fun to watch. That's going to be cool.
Yep. As soon as I told her she was enrolled.
Can you beat her? Can you beat her?
Oh, no.
I didn't think so.
But as soon as I told her that she was registered in the tournament, she pulled the cloth off the pool table.
Oh, sweet.
Right
Oh, cool. That's cool.
So she's practicing up. We'll see how she does.
The young kids is what's going to bring pool back. I mean, you know what I mean? It's going to be like the surge. I mean, all the young kids, teenagers, I mean, that's what's good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
it's very exciting. And the leagues.
The whole industry needs youth in the game. And making it about the money, and we believe that's the wrong direction to go. So that's why we chose no entry fee, no payout.
I like it. Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
And folks, if you're coming out to play anyway, bring your kids. It's going to be a great time. Something for the whole family there.
They had that last year that they had the kids playing, right? It was last year?
No, we didn't have a juniors division last year.
Are you sure?
Yeah, very
Was
sure.
it the year before? They had.
The year before we had the BEF there.
I was watching
No,
those kids.
I wasn't
Let me tell you, these kids were so cute and they played so good. They're all walking around with their cues, and they're all like 11, 12 years old. And I tell you, it was a trip.
Right.
They were really, really fun to watch,
Yeah.
and they were all so polite. They were all really cute. Yeah, it's cool.
Men's super senior division, there will be a change. Last year, it was open to men of all skill levels, as you just had to be 65 or older. This year, it's going to be restricted to men 65 or older, but you have to be ranked as an open player or lower. So advanced and master players, sorry, can't play in the super senior division this year.
And don't ask me if I'm playing either, because I am not quite there yet.
What are you, 39, 40?
39. I've had a hard life, dude. Read my book and you'll see. I'm only really 39, but I've had a hard way to go.
That's a rough 39.
That's
yeah.
right.
You and I about the same age.
On the road, it's tough.
I do want to take a moment to thank our sponsors of the BCA Pool League and USA Pool League National Championships. Viking Cues is the official cue, and Omega is the official store. So make sure you show your support for those two companies when you come to the tournament. Here's one that's near and dear to your heart, isn't it?
What's that, the bar table thing? Wait, is that what you're talking about? No?
The U.S. Open Championships.
There you go.
July 24th through 31st. There it is. There's our beautiful flyer that was designed by J.P. Parmentier.
It is pretty, isn't it? It just jumps out at you. It's really cool.
These events are limited to 128 players, $350 entry fee, so it's not very expensive. $15,000 added to each. We have a 10-ball event and an 8-ball event. $15,000 added to each. Assuming full fields, Bobby, total purse, $107,000.
Nice.
And just to show you how strong that is, folks, it's a $350 entry fee. We're not talking like $1,000 or $2,000. First place, $15,000. Second place, $10,000, and then right on down the line.
That's nice. That's good. That's good prize money.
Each event.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's big money.
Also, both of these events are Moscone Cup USA Team points events. So what that means is the top 32 finishers in each event, the 10-ball and the 8-ball, will win points on a sliding scale. You're probably going to ask me what the points are. Go to matchroomsport.com. All those details will be there as far as how many points you earn based on where
So you
finish.
get, like, if you come in first, you get, like, say 10 points or whatever.
Whatever the scale
Whatever
is.
what it is,
And if you come in second, there's something less than that.
Got ya.
So the top 32 finishers in each event earn points on a sliding scale. And the top 3 points finishers at the end of the session, which is really toward the end of the year before the Moscone Cup. Moscone Cup's in December, obviously. So I believe after the U.S. Open 9-ball, which I believe is in October, that's the last points event. I think the top 3 USA players with the most points are automatically on the USA Moscone Cup team. The other 2 are selected by the team captain.
It's going to be here this year, right? In Vegas? Where at?
Tropicana.
Nice. That's going to be cool.
Right down the street.
I know last year was a lot of fun going. This is a really exciting event.
Yep. And we are encouraging people all over the country and internationally to hold a qualifier for the U.S. Opens. It was funny, Bobby. Once we put that flyer out on the web, we had, I believe, 2 qualifiers that were held in Australia.
Really?
The following weekend.
Really?
So pretty cool. We've had a couple qualifiers in North Dakota. We've got another one in North Dakota.
And all those qualifiers, they're all the point things, right? They're all like.
What do you mean?
They're all Moscone Cup point.
Well, the qualifiers themselves are not. But somebody may choose to hold a qualifier in Wichita, Kansas, and whoever wins the tournament gets free entry, flight, hotel, however it's set up.
Okay, I got you.
But we have one in Tennessee. I think we've got a couple in Colorado. So we've got qualifiers all over the place. And we encourage anybody that wants to hold a qualifier, just get with the proprietor of your local pool room, put one together. We'll help you advertise on our website and Facebook, get some buzz going, and it'd be a great time. Plant those seeds of interest all around the country. I want to thank our sponsors for the U.S. Open Championships. Predator is the official cue. Kamui is the official tip. And again, Omega is the official store. And we've already got some big names registering, Bobby.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
I was looking a day or so ago. We've got Darren Appleton, Warren Kiamco, Roberto Gomez. And we've received requests, a ton of requests, for invitations for some of the international players so they can get their visa. A lot of Filipino players, a few in the Middle East. Got players from all over the world that are going to come out to this thing. So it's going to be big. We're excited about it. These events are played on
bar tables.
They're played on 7-foot tables.
I missed what I meant. 7-foot table. Yeah, 7 foot.
And they're played on 7-foot tables for good reason, folks. There's been, some people would say there's been some controversy about these events played on 7-foot tables. The criticisms are fair. We understand and respect both sides. You were saying something interesting the other day. What is your perspective on a 9-foot table? You said something that shocked me.
What? I don't remember what.
You told me that you wish they would round up every 9-foot table.
And just make a big bonfire and burn them all.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
I was surprised to hear that.
Well, I play one pocket, but 9-ball on a big table, I don't know. I think 7-foot tables are the way to go. I really do. I played on my whole life.
Why do you think that?
Well,
what attracts you to a 7-foot table? I haven't asked him this.
No, well, when I gambled my whole life playing pool for a living. I was always playing all the good players, bad players, whoever wanted to play. And the person that wins on the bar tables might not be the best player, but if he's got more heart and more drive and more determination, you can beat those guys. Because I beat Larry Hubbard on the bar table and a couple other, Mike Siegel. You know what I mean? And that's because I tried hard to win and I gambled high, and they didn't like it. You know what I mean? Where on the 4-9, they just play so good, it's hard to compete. But on bar tables, it evens the field. Believe me. Not that those big table players can't play as good on the bar table; they just don't play on them enough. You can tell the difference because, like, you get a big table player on the bar table, 7-foot table. They're out there. Their position's horrible because they're always overstroking things.
Right.
You got to have a short bridge on the 7-foot table and play in close quarters. It's a lot harder.
Right, especially
You know.
ball.
And one more thing, like talking about the big tables versus 7-foots. When you're playing on the 4.5 and 9, you go to the 7-foot, you get a long shot, and you think this is a hanger because it's so short. After like 2 hours, it's not short. It's a long shot again.
Right,
So
right.
it's not as easy as people think. And plus, the diamond tables play so perfect anyway. They're just like the best ever, you know.
Yep. So that's actually a good segue. I want to jump off the notes a little bit. I contend, and I know you disagree because I think we've talked about this. I contend that there's a distinct difference between a bar table and a 7-foot table. The terms are used interchangeably, but they're really not the same anymore, folks. A 7-foot table and a bar table are nothing alike. When you say bar table, when somebody says the term bar table, the image they get in their head is a crappy old table, beer stains, tears in the cloth, it's got dead rails, it's inconsistent, thick nappy cloth, a big cue ball that's hard to move around.
That's where I play my best in this kind of equipment.
Burns, that's where you made your living.
That's right.
Folks, this is a bar table. All right, complete with the Coors Light hanging over the table.
Yep.
That is a bar table. That is not a 7-foot table. That is a bar table that just happens to be 3.5 by 7.
Yep.
All right. Diamond has changed the game as far as I'm concerned with 7-foot tables. A 7-foot table is a table that has great rails, pro cut pockets, Simonis 860 cloth, a perfectly balanced cue ball. It's just a little smaller than a 9-foot table, and it plays identical.
I agree. No, I agree with that.
This is a 7-foot table.
I agree.
This is what you see when you come to our events, not a bar table. So that's why there's a perception. And I've asked my staff, unless you're explicitly referring to the title of our event that's held every February, which is the U.S. Bar Table Championships, which I wish we could just change it, but we're too far down the road. Unless you're referring to that tournament, the word bar table is banned in this office. I say that tongue-in-cheek, but when you pick up the phone and you're talking to somebody and they're saying, what size tables are you going to play on? And you say, oh, we're playing on bar tables. Well, automatically, people get the image of the first table that we showed.
Yeah.
And that's really not what we're doing. There is.
And those 7-foot diamonds play perfect. I mean, they roll perfect. Everything about them.
You can execute real pool.
No, I agree. I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
And here's the thing, folks. My contention and stats back this up. We've received statistics from some folks that sort of do this for a living. The best players, they win on either one.
Oh, the cream comes to the top. There's no doubt. Yeah.
Now look, will a weaker player, and you said this a couple minutes ago, will a weaker player have a better chance of winning any given match? You know, playing one of the big time pros on a 7-foot table versus a 9-foot? Sure they will. Sure. I will have a slightly better chance of beating whoever, Darren Appleton, on a 7-foot table than I will on a 9-foot table. Does that mean I'm going to beat him? Probably not. Does that mean I'm going to win an entire tournament filled with Darren Appletons? It's just not going to happen, folks.
It's hard to beat like 7 or 8 of those guys in a row.
You might steal a match here.
Yeah, but to beat like 8 in a row, man, that's tough. That's tough action. You know, those guys play so good because they're going to play perfect on you.
Sure.
You know, so you got to get
the cream rises.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But here's another thing: pool, as it is right now, and we'll see what you think of this, is not a spectator sport. It's just not. If it was, Tar would still be in business. There'd be streamers all over the place making a barrel of money. Very few people will pay to watch pool. There are a ton of people that will pay to play pool. It is a participating sport. I think for a long time, lots of companies, people, streamers have been sort of bucking the tide. Let's make it more watchable. Let's change the game. Let's do this. Let's do that and the other thing. Yeah, you get a select small audience to watch those things. People will buy the pay-per-view, and that's great. but not on any kind of mass scale. Just not going to happen. It's not interesting enough. So participation is what you need to focus on to grow the industry. And playing these types of events on 7-foot tables absolutely increases participation.
Oh, yeah, I agree 100%.
And when you increase participation, what you get is you get more bodies, more entry fees, larger prize funds, and with with more people, more participants, you get better sponsorships. You get better deals from venues. I mean, even on the regional tour level, if you have a tournament that's going to bring in 30 people and you got another one that's going to bring in 100, the one that's going to bring in 100 is going to get a better deal from the venue.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's just the way it works. So we're going down this road because we believe participation is the key, and 7-foot tables will bring out more participants and better prize funds for those pros.
There's no doubt.
And it makes a better connection with our core audience, league players.
There's millions of people that play on 7-foot tables.
Sure.
There's no doubt, you know.
They can feel comfortable. Even if they know they're not going to win the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
They can feel comfortable and have a good time. So it's not that one game is better than the other, in my opinion. I like 9-foot pool, and I like 7-foot pool. They're different.
What about 3-cushion billiards?
I don't like 3-cushion.
Looks like the balls are just running around trying to find a home.
I don't like it because I'm no good at it.
No, me neither.
No, I never got into 3-cushion. I do like snooker. Snooker's a good game.
Yeah.
But they're not. One's not better than the other, folks. They're just different. I mean, if you're playing, you can back this up. If you're playing on a 9-foot table, you got to be pretty accurate on your shot making, right? You got to put, especially if you're playing on a diamond, you got to drill that ball in the hole. If you're on a 7-foot table, the shots might be a little easier at first, but you better control that cue ball better.
Oh, yeah, it's all
because
about
there's
position.
Finer movements, better control. You're playing for smaller areas. It's just a different game.
And let me tell you, when you get to dogging it, it don't matter if you're on a 2x4, you're going to miss the balls. When your elbow starts twitching.
Have you ever dogged it?
Yes, I have. Yep.
So, you know, we didn't just go off and make a decision like this haphazardly. We consulted a lot of industry people. Hey, what do you think about this? This is what we're thinking. What's your take on it? And almost unanimously, I'm not joking, almost unanimously, people in the industry that see the trends, they see the statistics, they see the participation of all these events, they all said, you're on the right track. And we believe we're
I agree.
So that's why we're doing it. You can love it, you can hate it, you can get on AZ and, you know, slam us.
Plus, you know, the 8-ball is so much more exciting on the 7-foots because of the clusters and having to break the balls up. Oh yeah, I can't wait to do the commentating because there's so many different patterns, which ball to shoot first, and we're on the 9-footer. The ball's pretty much spread open, nothing's never tied up. You know, just like shooting ducks in a pond. You know, but on the bar table, on the 7-footers, it's tricky. Yep. You know, it's going to be tricky. So.
Do you play better on a 7-foot table or a 9-foot table?
Way better on the 7-foot. Way
really?
Better. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I traveled. I had that big cue ball the size of a bowling ball that I would sneak in the match before my opponent got there, and I broke the ball so good. I mean, I've run 10-pack like 100 times. I mean, but you know what it is what it is.
You can't just beat people. You got to trick them.
Well, they could have changed balls. Oh, listen. You want to hear? Have you got time for a 10-second story?
Go for it.
I was in Piedmont, North Carolina, or maybe it's North or South. I think it's North Carolina. I was playing Fountain in Red, who had beat everybody coming through there, right? So I went there to play him on the bar table there, and I said I'll play some.
That was really a bar table.
Yeah, I said I'll play some with the big cue ball. He said I'll play with the small ball. And it was at a joint called the Schoolhouse. It was an old schoolhouse made into a after-hours gambling joint. So he wouldn't go for the big cue ball. I said, I'll tell you what, when we play, when it's my shot, we'll use the big ball, and when it's your shot, we'll switch it to the small ball. And he said, I'll do that. Second game, I got him hooked with the big ball. He switches it over to the small ball. Now he's straight in the hole in the shot. I said, this ain't working. So then we went ahead and switched to playing with the blue circle, and that's when I ran all those racks, and I beat the guy for some pretty good money. But it was funny how we were switching balls back and forth, you know. But I preferred the big cue ball back then because you could cut balls in and, you know, but it was kind of a move.
You know, good players adjust to the equipment anyway.
It takes time, though. I mean, if you're not used to it, I mean, there's been, like a few guys that played great with the big cue ball was Joe Salazar and Wade Crane, who's dead, was a buddy of mine. McCready could have been the best. Matlock, so it was different, Anyway.
Well, that's all I've got to say about upcoming events and the BCA Pool League National Championships and the US Open Championships. If you want more information, please go to playcsipool.com. Numbers are looking great. We're going to have a good tournament this year. Get your entry in before June 9th. We don't want your late fee, but that's when late fees kick in.
Yep.
And we're going to have a great time. Do have a few questions from AZ Billiards and Facebook I'd like to get to before we wrap up. Tim Crazymon, he says, how does one obtain eligibility for the leisure divisions? And someone on AZ Billiard actually did my job for me and answered his question. You have to play 2 years in the open, senior, or super senior division and have never cashed in any singles division. So if you play 2 years in any of those without cashing, then you can petition us and we'll move you to leisure status and you can play in the leisure division, which is our lowest skilled division.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best way to put it. T. Duncan says, is CSI done with tournaments on 9-footers? Well, I mean, I would hesitate to say we're done with anything. I explained earlier the reasons why we're going to a 7-foot table. We're absolutely convinced it's the right way to go. This is not going to be a merry-go-round change every year. We're committed to doing this for quite some time. We're not going to try this year and do something else next year. This is the track that we're going down, and we think it's going to be great and exciting, and it'll be the right way to go well into the future. Are we done with 9-footers? No, we're not done with 9-footers. We're actually going to have a few 9-foot tables on site, primarily for the American Rotation Finals, which will also be held in conjunction
That's going to be fun
with our tournament. So we'll have 4, 6, 9-foot tables.
That's Joe Tucker's deal, huh?
Joe Tucker's one of the partners in that. CSI is as well.
Cool.
But no, we're not done with anything. We're just choosing a path that we think is the best way to go. Josh, I believe this was on Facebook. Do you think the U.S. Open matches will be switched back to 9-foots next year? I guess that will depend on how it goes this year. I enjoyed watching the pros play on 9-foots in the past. Thank you. Again, are we going to switch to 9-foots next year? No, we are not, for very good reasons that I've already mentioned. And plus, it's been proven over and over again by promoters losing money, tournaments going away. You cannot overcome the cost of shipping and setting up and taking up all the space with 9-foot tables. It does not work. Even the coveted U.S. Open 9-ball championships scaled way back. Would they have 8 tables?
I don't know.
Last year they scaled way back, limited the field. It was 256. Last year it was 128.
Are they playing on diamonds also?
They are, yep. So they reduced the number of tables, probably for cost reasons. But no, short answer, and I'm usually not that definitive about something, but it would be hard-pressed to think that we would go back to a large tournament on 9-foot tables next year. I just don't think it's going to happen. Tom says, why does our country not look at pool as a sport and a discipline like the countries of Taiwan and China? Well, I guess the most honest answer I could give is I don't know, but I would assume it's because we don't have the fan base that they do. If we had hundreds of thousands of fans willing to pay to watch pool and to come out and buy tickets to a live event and buy the stream, and I think you would see that kind of support, and you would see that kind of private industry rise up and do all those things.
Well, like in the Philippines, all those kids, they're over there playing pool for money like at 7, 8 years old, gambling to support their families. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's got a lot to do with it. I mean, everybody just gets into it for,
Meanwhile, in this country, everybody's got their phone out, and they're like
their parents buy them like a $500 phone, and they're on the phone and everything, They don't have to worry about, I guess.
So, I would say different cultures, different priorities, and we simply don't have the fan base that's willing to pay to watch pool. At least not yet. They'll pay to play pool, but not to watch. And ultimately, that's sort of what you need to get a lot of money into the industry. Spliced wants to know, when will the 2015 U.S. Bar Table Championship?
U.S. Yeah.
When will the U.S. Bar Table Championship videos be uploaded? We've actually started that process, but they should be up in the next few weeks. We always like to wait at least 3 months after the event before we put them up. And Jeremiah Gage, are there going to be any challenge matches in the arena like last year? Yes, there will be. We plan to have 2 challenge matches. Don't know the formats yet. Don't know the participants yet. But that will be announced soon.
If you give me the 8, I'll play you some.
We can do that right now. Steven, can we get the cameras and take them over to the house?
Is there a bar table back there?
We have a 9-foot table.
Yeah, forget about it.
You said you played good on a 7-foot table, so I'll play you on a 9.
One pocket.
Nah.
You got the right. Listen, you got the right hairline to be a one-pocket player because you got to be bald.
Bobby.
Before what?
I'm 36.
Really?
My eyes are still good.
No, then that's right.
I'm going to play a game.
I'm ducking. Forget about it. I'm ducking. I get a long shot. I'm ducking.
I didn't write a book.
Nah, whatever.
I got the worst of this deal. What else we need to talk about before we wrap up? Anything you want to say?
Yeah. You know how I got the name Cotton? This girl in Jackson, Mississippi, her name was Vivian.
I read this. But
was the girlfriend of the owner of the pool room named Baker, and I had long, flowing blonde hair, and she called me Cotton, and that's how it became about. That's years ago. Sorry. And then,
I'm not really wanting to make fun of anyone's
no, that was
hair.
Cotton. It was Cotton. And then people started calling me Bobby Cotton. And the reason that is funny because McCready, who's a good buddy of mine who I love, he's like, hey, Bobby Cotton. You know, he's such a trip, you know. So anyway, Keith's the one that started the Bobby Cotton thing in Orange County like 30 years ago.
Do you prefer Robert or Bobby?
Mr. LeBlanc is good.
Mr. LeBlanc.
Yeah, my friends call me Cotton. You can call me Cotton.
Bobby.
Yes.
Mr. LeBlanc will be one of our commentators in July, along with Jay Helfert and Ken Schumann.
And that's going to be fun.
Great lineup. We'll probably be streaming anywhere from 8 to 12 hours a day for the U.S. Open.
Looking forward to it. Jay's a trip.
And our amateur events. The free amateur streaming that we said we were going to do, we're not doing a scaled-down version for the amateurs. It's the full production. It's the same arena, the same equipment. Bobby, Ken, Jay Helfert, they'll be commentating. We would like to get some of the pros to come in and do some guest commentary. How cool would it be if your team makes it to the finals and you've got Bustamante in the booth, for example?
Oh, you know who I can get to commentate? Kelly will come in there. Kelly Isaac. She won last year, the 8-ball and the 9-ball both. Yep. And she knows a lot about pool, and she's really cute. So we'll get her in the booth. She's a trip.
And we've got a couple of our league operators in Australia who have volunteered to come in and do some commentary, guest commentary for the amateur events. Going to be a great time, folks. You don't want to miss this one. July 22 through August 1st. Go to playcsipool.com. Get your entry in before June 9th. We don't want your late fee. June 9th is the late fee deadline. Bobby?
Sounds good, buddy.
Thank you, my man.
You're welcome. Yep.
See you next time, folks.
Wait.